Shirley at the Wayne County Public Library, and today we're going to talk about zoos. As you can see, my friend Heather has put all kinds of cool zoo animals behind us. So we have a lion, we have a giraffe, we have a tiger, we have monkeys, we might have a few parrots, you might even see a peacock up there, we've got hippopotamuses, zebra, hippopotamus, and
rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros, thank you. We got elephants, and I'm going to talk about a few of our books that we have here. There's pandas too, red pandas, and little red pandas, and red foxes, and then we have snakes, and tarantulas, and an anteater. There's all kinds of stuff at the zoo. We have these little cute draw books here at the library, so you can check it out if it's about the zoo, and it shows you step by step on how to draw. And somebody has drawn in our book. You don't want to do that. They have done it all over our place. Here, they have not done the panda. So this is what a page should look like whenever you borrow from the library, not previous. So whenever you're drawing a panda, you'll go here and look at all these cute little things that they have. Elephants. We have a hippo. Polar bears are at the zoo too. Polar bears. Penguins. I almost forgot penguins. We have penguins at the zoo too. And koalas. I forgot koalas. And there's our friend the lion. So if you want to check these out, just call 606-348-8565 and we'll get some of these ready for you. So to start us off, we are going to read Good Night Gorilla, and it is by Peggy Rathman. I love this story. It's one of my favorites.
That's a good story.
And it is published by G.P. Putnam Sons. Oh. Good night, gorilla. Oh, let me get really close. Good night, elephant. Good night, lion. Good night, hyena. Good night, giraffe. Good night, armadillo. And they're cute. Good night, dear. Good night, 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 good night. Oh, she's realized something. I love the monkey's face. The picture, he's just smiling. He's so cute.
She's put it back up.
Good night, zoo.
And still the monkey comes back.
Good night, dear. Good night. Good night, gorilla. Zzz. The end. I hope you enjoyed that book. It's one of my favorite books. Just because it's so funny. And that gorilla's face cracks me up. Our next story that we're going to do is Look Who's Talking at the Zoo. So this is going to be a really fun book. It is by Danny Temper, and the pictures are illustrated by Valeria Petrone, and it is published by Random House Kids. At the zoo, the seal is a star. They are great swimmers, yes they are. The playful seal barks. So we're going to bark like a seal. Are you ready? I'm going to need your help. So we're going to go, arr, 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 arr. Good job. Hey there, tiger. What are your stripes for? To blend in with the forest floor? The Bengal tiger says, so we're going to act like a tiger. Can you go roar? Here we go. Roar! Roar! Good job. There's a chimp and her baby too. They swing from the trees, and when they do, the mommy chimp hoots. So we're going to make a chimp noise. Can you go, ooh, 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 ooh? Good job. Ha ha, hyenas, how funny can it be? They laugh at everything they see. A hyena cackles. And we're going to go hee hee hee. Are you ready? Hee 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 hee. Good job. The timber wolf at the zoo howls at the moon when it's full and blue. The big lone wolf yelps. And we're gonna go, ah-woo. Are you ready? Ah-woo, ah-woo. And then it says, good night, zoo. I hope you like that book. It's the first time that I've ever read that. Okay, so our next little thing that we're going to do, we have a little action rhyme that I'm going to do with you. So we're going to the zoo. Are you ready? We're going to the zoo. We're going to the zoo. Z-za, the Zerio, we're going to the zoo. I want to see a lion. I want to see a lion. Lee-li, the Lirio, I want to see a lion. Y'all see the lion at the zoo? The lion. Can you roar like a lion? Can you go roar? I want to see a hippo. I want to see a hippo. Hee-haw, the Hario, I want to see a hippo. Do you see the hippo? Can you go like a hippo? Good job. I want to see a tiger. Can you see the tiger? I want to see a tiger. I want to see the tiger. T-tie, the Terrio, I want to see a tiger. Can you go like a tiger? Like a tiger. Good job. I want to see a giraffe. Do you see the giraffe? I want to see a giraffe. G-ja, the Jerry-o, I want to see the giraffe. Now can you munch on leaves like a giraffe does? Good job. So our next book that we're going to do is Animal Strike at the Zoo. I've never read this book and it sounds interesting. It's written by Karma Wilson and the pictures are illustrated by Margaret Spengler.
Again, I like the monkey's face.
Like he looks, he's like, this is published by HarperCollins Publishers. Cool. There's an animal strike at the zoo. It's true. The headlines are telling it all. The animals quit. That's it. We're through. Say all the critters from biggest to small. Wonder why they quit. We're paid only peanuts, the elephants shout. And goodness, we're bigger than that. So now they won't trumpet or lumber about. They sit in the shade looking fat. The monkeys won't monkey around anymore. You won't see us climbing again. They wallow like big monkey lumps on the floor. We want a nice pool in our pen. The leopards aren't prowling. The wolf packs aren't howling. The tigers aren't growling. The otters are scowling. Egad, the worst has come true. There's an animal strike at the zoo. The zebras are looking like horses today. They painted their stripes in, you see. We're all sick and tired of eating this hay. Our good looks do not come for free. Those silly giraffes are not any better. You won't see our necks anymore. They're knitting themselves lots of turtleneck sweaters, which go from their heads down to the floor. That's a long way. Businesses these days are as slow as it can be. Folks go to the circus instead. Nobody wants to pay money to see the animals laying in bed. The lions aren't roaring. The eagles aren't soaring. The penguins are snoring. It's all rather boring. What can the zookeeper do? There's an animal strike at the zoo. He really is doing the best that he can. The elephants all got a raise. Instead of just peanuts, they now eat pecans, and he offered them 6-hour days. The monkeys were given a small kiddie pool, and he's feeding the zebras sweet oats. But the monkeys complain that the water is cool, and the zebras demand root beer floats. I don't think I've had a root beer float since I was in school. It's been a long time. Then in through the gate walks sweet little Sue. She just can't believe that she's here. She's always wanted to come to the zoo, and she's begged for this trip for a year. But no birdies are peeping, no lizards are creeping, no bunnies are leaping. Then poor Sue starts weeping. Her heart is broken in two by the animal strike at the zoo. As tears start to streak down her cute, rosy little face, the animals watch that wee child. A deep hush of sadness falls all over the place. And then they go totally wild. With roaring and peeping and howling and growling, all critters from biggest to small start soaring and creeping and leaping and prowling. Then little Sue laughs at them all. And all of the animals find out that day they actually like what they do. The zookeeper calls the reporters to say, "Hooray! No more strike at the zoo." But the bear at the circus won't pedal his bike. Uh-oh, he says he's on strike.
His name is Boris.
Yeah, his name is Boris the bear. I hope you all enjoyed that book. It's so cute. Our next story that we have is Who's in the Zoo? It is written by Susan Chandler, or illustrated by Leah Ellen Hemming, and it's published by Little Bee. "What fun we could have," said the keeper. "If we all had a wish in the zoo, I could change any part, but where would I start, and what would the animals do?" "I don't want these stripes," roared the tiger. "I wish I were more like you. I'd be covered in spots and some circles and dots." Now, who was he talking to? Who do you think he's talking to down here? You can say snake, maybe? Oh, I was wrong. It's a leopard. "I don't like this fur," growled the bear. "I want pink feathers like you. I'd lay a big egg and then stand on one leg." Now, who was he talking to? Who do you think he's talking to? I'm going to guess a bird?
Flamingo?
That's what I was thinking too, but then I'm afraid I'm going to be wrong. Sound like a bird? No, you're right.
Okay.
"Flamingo! I want a long neck," said the hippo. "I wish I were more like you. I'd eat all the leaves from the tops of the trees." Now, who is he talking to? Who's really, really tall? Maybe the giraffe? The giraffe. "I don't want a beak," squawked the parrot. "I wish I were more like you. I would grow a long nose right down to my toes." Now, who is he talking to? Who has a long nose? I'm going to say anteater, maybe?
That's what I would say.
Anteater.
Mm.
I like it.
Is the words made of ants?
Yep. The words are made of ants. Anteater. "I don't want these paws," cried the panda. "I wish I were more like you. I'd catch all the kippers with both of my little flippers." Now, who was he talking to? Who do you think he's talking to? I'm going to say a seal, maybe? He was talking to the seal. "I don't want this horn," said the rhino. "I want a big shell like you. If I need to hide, I could creep right back inside." Now, who was she talking to? Who likes to go in their shell and hide? You might see them camping or out on the road. We have a tortoise. "I don't want green skin," said the lizard. "I wish I were more like you. I'd have a big hump and a hairy brown rump." Now, who was he talking to? Camel. Who's talking to camel? "I'd love 2 big ears," hissed the python. "I wish I were more like you. With an ear to the ground, I'd hear every sound." Now, who was she talking to? Who's low to the ground? I'm going to guess a mouse? No. I was thinking small.
Oh.
Elephant. Yeah, I was thinking like small, like an ear to the ground.
Ear to the ground. I was thinking rabbit. Okay. Elephant.
Elephant. "I don't want this hat," said the keeper. "I'd like a great mane like you." They'd all stop and stare when they looked at my hair. Now, who was she talking to? Who has a mane? A lion?
Surely.
Lion! Now imagine this, smiled the keeper, that if all these wishes come true, turn the page in this book and take a good look at a very peculiar zoo. So we're going to see what they look like, what they wish they would look like. They look all different. And the penguin is cleaning in process. So I hope you like that cute little story. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go on a zoo safari. So we're going to see this zoo safari behind us. So it was a bright, cool morning, and our family decided to go to the zoo. We quickly packed a picnic lunch and we were off for the day. We arrived at the gate just as the zoo was opening. As we walked in, there were several black and white striped animals running around in a field. What were the first animals we saw? Do you know that animal? It's white and black. It's a zebra. Good job. Our family continued walking along the path, and soon we came to an animal that had a long gray trunk and a huge body. What do you think we saw? What do you think that is? Sometimes it goes, roar. It's an elephant. Good job. We stood watching the elephant for a while. We would have liked to throw him some peanuts, but there was a sign that said, do not feed the animals. We continued walking along, watching all of the animals romping around. After a while, we came to one of my very favorite animals. He had a very long neck, he was yellow, and he was covered with large brown spots. What do you think this animal is? It's a giraffe! We stood there for a while, watching the giraffe eat leaves from the very top of a tall tree. Dad said, let's be on our way. There are lots more animals to enjoy. He was right. The very next ones we saw made us laugh all the while we watched them. These animals played on trapezes, they swung from branches, tires, and ropes, and they jumped from tree to tree, and they're brown. Can you guess what it is? They go, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a monkey. Good job. As with many of the other animals, we could have enjoyed the monkeys all day. However, it was getting close to lunchtime. We sat on the picnic bench and ate. While we ate, a big bird strutted around the picnic area. He had a huge fan of colorful feathers. I didn't know what type of bird he was. Do you? Do you know what type of bird that is? It's a peacock. My mom told me it was a peacock. Other birds were flying overhead and landing in the trees all around the picnic tables. Well, lunch was over. We cleaned up and continued our zoo safari. First, we saw a huge brown furry animal. He lumbered around the rocks and grass. He looked right at me and stood up on his hind legs. He was so tall. I think he was showing off. It was so exciting to see this animal. Do you know what it is? It's a bear. Good job. Next to the large bears were the lions and tigers and leopards. It was getting late, so Mom and Dad said we needed to start walking towards the car. On the way, we saw another huge animal. He was lying in the mud to keep cool. While we were watching, he opened his big, gigantic mouth. Everyone could see his teeth. They were the hugest, biggest ones I have ever seen. Do you think he goes to the dentist? Can you guess what this animal is? It's really hard to say his name. It's a hippopotamus. The sun was setting, and now we were all very tired. We agreed it was time to go home. We stopped to have a drink of water and then went to the car. The next thing I remember was Mom and Dad carrying my brother and me into the house. So you had so much fun on our little zoo safari. We saw so many cool animals. Okay, so our last story is Dear Zoo. It's a pop-up book, and it is by Rod Campbell. And this has to do with our craft for this week. I love this craft. It was so much fun putting together. So it is published by Simon & Schuster. I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet. They sent me a very heavy, but it's from the zoo. Are you ready? We're going to see what it is. What animal is that? It's an elephant. Good job. Can you go, "Arr!" like an elephant? Good job. He was too big. I sent him back. So they sent me a fragile package, which means be very careful, from the zoo. We're going to open it very carefully. Do you know what that is? It's a giraffe. Can you chew leaves like a giraffe? Good job. He was too tall, so I sent him back. Send him back. So they sent me a danger from the zoo. We're going to see what it is. It's a lion. Can you go roar like a lion? Roar. He was too fierce, so I sent him back. So they sent me a with care. That's a camel. He was too grumpy. Poor camel. So I sent him back. So they sent me a...
Uh-oh.
Yep. No. Can you go like a snake? He was too scary, so I sent him back. So they sent me a... Aww. He said it's a monkey. Little monkey's ready to get out and play. He was too naughty. Can you go, ooh, like a monkey? Ooh. He was too naughty, so I sent him back. So they sent me a, what's there? Aww. Can you go ribbit, ribbit like a frog? Ribbit, ribbit. But he was too jumpy, so I sent him back. Last one. So they thought very hard, and they sent me a from all your friends at the zoo. Aww, they sent a dog. Can you go woof, woof like a dog? Woof, woof. Good job. He was perfect, and I kept him. I hope you enjoyed that story. It was so cute. So for our craft bag this week, we have all kinds of cool stuff. We have a zoo scavenger hunt. So you get to find all these animals if you saw them behind us, and you get to check those off. Then we have paws, claws, or scales. You will circle the animals that have paws, you will underline the animals that have claws, and draw a box around the animals that have scales. Then we have at the zoo. You'll write your name on the line above and circle the animal you would most like to see at the zoo. And then you'll underline the reptile you would most like to see and put an X on the bird you would like to see. And then we have a sticker sheet. So you'll get these cool stickers at the zoo, and you'll get this cool safari-like land. Some zoos have them. And you'll get to put all these stickers on your land at home. Then we have I Spy Zoo animals, and you'll get to count how many of each animal you see. May need help with a roll to help you count. Then we have a zoo animal word search. And then our craft for this week, you will get a little cute safari hat, and you might get some cool looking binoculars. They're just toilet paper tubes. And if you have them at home, you can do the same thing. It's toilet paper tubes, and you will take them together so you can look like you're looking through to see our little zoo safari. Then we have a hat. You get your little safari hat for the zoo. And then our craft this week is super cute. So you will get this little box. You are going to glue each one of these, one on top, one on the bottom, so it looks like the crate in the book we read. And then you will get 6 different animals. There's a monkey, a giraffe, a lion, a snake, a camel, I think I'm missing one. I am. And an elephant. So you will stick this animal onto your popsicle stick, and then you will get to put it in there. Whoa, that way. And you will get to put it like that and move them up and down and move them all over, and then you can make the noises that they make. You may have to look that up with the adult that you have at home, but you can practice the noises that you would hear at the zoo from those specific animals. And I hope you all had so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us for summer reading.